Good evening, everyone. I am locked and loaded and ready. How are you doing? So nice to see you on stream. Let me just get my stuff all lined up over here. Fox mentioned something about a dog. My dog is currently doing some weird stuff behind my back. I don't know what he's doing. How are you? I cannot believe it's actually Thursday already. I still remember the entire stream on Monday, like literally every single moment of it, and it's like with a blink of an eye it's already Thursday. It's kind of scary. So anyways, I'm not going to be yapping for too long in the intro. Just as a reminder for those of you that have not been in any of the previous streams, this series is a classic road trip series where we go and visit all kinds of different places, and once we are satisfied with the sightseeing, I just take a firebomb and torch everything to the ground. I have a pretty bad memory, actually. No, actually, I have a selective memory. So I have a good memory for some things, but when my wife tells me something, I always forget. So it is what it is. Anyways, going back to what I was saying, we are just outside of the Irvington Speedway, and yeah, it's midday. I gotta find a place to stay because it's definitely gonna be more than one day over here to clear that entire horde. Good evening, good evening. If I have not said hello yet to you, hello. My idea for now is to just head to that single farmhouse. Oh Jesus, why is it so laggy? To head to this single farmhouse, which is just north of the Irvington Speedway, and kind of base there before actually clearing the horde outside of the track. But yeah, essentially the idea for today is to clear and explore the racetrack. Hopefully find one of those juicy race cars. And once that's done... whoa! Holy shit, look at this. There's tons of them. And once that's done, just head to Ekron. And, of course, above everything else, not die. I really wouldn't want to die. We're just in episode 3 of this series, so it would be really shameful. Okay, so this is the farmhouse I was referring to. This is going to be my forward operating base. First thing I want to make sure is that it's all clear. Achilles, Malphator, Sandow, all of the whole crew is here. That's nice. Oh, look at this! There is another wizard. We have ourselves a Clash of the Wizards. What the hell? Well, this started incredibly fast. You have a heavy-duty demolition crowbar. I don't think that's an efficient weapon. for any kind of, you know, like an apocalypse type. No, but after all, you work out, so you should be good. By the way, I didn't kind of connect the dots, but Malfator, I think I see you for the first time on stream. I'm also happy that you caught me live. I know you're dying for more episodes of the Ark. One sec. Would I be able to do some recording over the upcoming 2 days? Saturday. I need to check the plans with the missus. 1 second. Sunday is late. Oh, I'm gonna have some episodes lined up for you. Yeah, I'm gonna have some episodes lined up shortly, guys. Because apart of the fact that I am really enjoying this new road trip series, I really do want to continue with the Ark. Especially after what happened in episode 9. Yeah. So, this house is all messed up. There was a party over here, and I think it should be... Whoa. Fairly safe to live. It's just the smell might be bad. You work remote in the US. Which part of US do you are you from? It's absolutely shit. Swings about as good as a sledgehammer. That's what I thought. If it's super heavy. If I were to pick my weapon of choice for an apocalypse. Look at this, so many wizard hats. This was like a legit Oklahoma. Oh, I never been to Oklahoma. Is it safe to assume that you're a fan of the Thunder? Hey, Fox. So many wizard's hats. Now it makes me feel that this wizard hat that I took from the geek store is no longer such a special thing. But they were definitely playing Dungeons and Dragons. 2 calculators, lots of notes. I love these. I mean, the fact that, you know, the designers developed these kind of cool event type houses is just awesome. Oh, and I forgot I don't need to put electronics parts apart anymore because I already have electrical level 3. By the way, what day is it? Day 9. Alright. You're not an NBA guy. Well, I just figured that, you know, they are the NBA champions, so... Well, I'm a Timberwolves guy, so... Also not huge on the NBA. I used to be very big on the NBA. A couple of years ago, my wife and I... Which is actually a nice story. I wanted to find some sort of a hobby which my wife and I could enjoy together. And I got her into playing 2K with me. And we picked the Timberwolves because she likes dogs. And they had this, you know, like a wolf's head in the logo. And that's how my fandom of Minnesota Timberwolves started. Then I learned they are absolute shit, or they used to be absolute shit, which is fitting because I usually support crappy teams in all the different sports. But now they are good. I like the fact that they give me something to brag about. Indeed they did. I mean, Shy is pretty amazing, all in all. Okay, this house seems good enough to be used as a temporary base. So what I'm gonna do now, just get myself slightly organized. Yeah, I have where to sleep. Oh, child playing with a dog. They're probably both dead by now. So sad. Oh, woolly yarns. a magazine about knitting. I'm gonna leave some of the stuff that I have in the car in this house. Because, well, I'm gonna carry the trailer because the trailer is packed with guns and ammo. But the food, I don't necessarily... And the books, yeah, I probably don't necessarily need. Now, I'm not really gonna be very... paying too much attention to making it all nice and tidy. This is just a temporary space that I need to occupy so that I have a place to rest. But at least the food goes into the fridge. Ground beef and cheese. Now, seeing this gives me an idea. Burgers. We could make burgers. We all we all know who that look at the yeah, you do 100%. I wasn't planning on leaving it because there is a pretty sizable horde outside of the race speedway, so I do need I'm actually considering using firearms to clear some of that out, but I haven't read the whole aiming book yet, which means my bonus is not as big as I would want. But you know, slowly. We have time today. We're not in a hurry. Today's main theme is the speedway, so I mean, I would love to do more than just the speedway, but if it's just the speedway, then it's just the speedway. We'll see how it goes. What I can tell already is that the size of the group was substantial. It's not going to be easy. I'm actually talking about it right now. So the goal of the stream is to explore the speedway, find a NASCAR if possible, and then burn it down to ground. And once that's done, we head towards Ekron. Problem is, there's lots and lots of racing fans. I myself, I am a racing fan. Well, Formula 1, not NASCAR. You guys already know this about me. Oh, at least some of you. Leather coat. Won't make it. Thank you, Corey. Appreciate it. Sorry to hear you still have to work. All I can say is that I can feel the pain. Big Lock, is that a response to my Hanta virus question? I think it is, right? Yo, guys, look at this. Holy shit, there's so many. Oddly enough, they're not very interactive. They're all just standing around, but farm stuff. Oh, I would love to do that too. I was setting up automation rules in Jira today for work. Half of my workday today was trying to figure out how to automate stuff in Jira. In fact, I work from the same seat from which I stream, and last time I had this like and comment on the whiteboard, and right now I have diagrams of different notifications that I want to be sent to given tickets, and like after how much time they should trigger and stuff. So one thing I must say, having a whiteboard accessible if you're working from home to just, you know, take notes, it's just incredibly convenient. Even if when I'm at a call, you know, on a call with someone, I can just point the camera towards the whiteboard and scribble stuff on the whiteboard and saying, "This is how you want it." It's incredibly useful. If you're working remotely, especially a corporate job, it's a huge benefit. My company has Jira, but I have to use Freshdesk. Never heard of Freshdesk. We have Jira, which is pretty good. The problem is that we have like I have very limited options to do anything relevant in Jira. So we are super basic in terms of multiple different settings. And I am not a developer or anything. I'm kind of learning stuff as I go. I somehow became like a semi-expert for the whole department on Jira, even though I've been using it for like 4 months. But it's cool, I am learning. It's a new skill. I googled hantavirus and the first thing my eyes pick up is a hemorrhagic fever. Good luck to you guys. I'm head out to the mountains and never come back. So this whole thing is actually pretty wild. Yeah, this is apocalypse, exactly. So the whole thing is pretty wild, and I wasn't aware of it. I saw like a news flash like a week ago that there is some issue with a ship, and all of a sudden 2 days ago my entire Instagram feed just blew up with this story, and it just feels like it's it's getting viral, and the whole point is to get people's attention and clicks. So just to recap, if you have no idea what's going on, there was this cruise ship that was started its cruise off the coast of Argentina, and some of the passengers aboard this ship started to suffer from pulmonary problems. So like pulmonary problems. And they couldn't tell what the problem was, but there were a few passengers who actually had these issues, up to a point that actually 3 people died. Serious stuff. And it seems like they diagnosed them with hantavirus, which from what I've learned doing 60 seconds of research online is that it's essentially just a disease transmitted from rodents, but there are also some very specific strains of the hantavirus which can get transmitted from human to human, but only through like very close and extended contact. So it's not something, yes, like exactly like Rouhani as an example. That's one of the ways to catch this. So we are absolutely safe. If one of us gets sick, we're definitely not, we are not transmitting the disease between one another. Hey Honkingo, good evening to you. And just going back to what I was saying, it's very hard to transmit human to human, but apparently, it became very viral, and now it's just worth to talk about it because it's clickbaity. Now, the only reason I put it in the poll is not to be a clickbaity type of a person, but just rather to see if you've heard of it or not, and to have some sort of a thing to talk around during downtime. I am an implementation specialist, so I use our dev team's code to configure reports. That's actually, you probably know twice as many things as I do, but my line of work currently is actually not far away from what you are doing. So if you ever want, hop onto Discord, we can exchange some experiences. So as you can see, guys, the Irvington Speedway is quite densely populated, which would imply that it's going to take us a while to create an environment where I can comfortably explore the whole thing. As a matter of fact, I've been in the Irvington Speedway probably 3 times, but I've never really explored the inside. I just went to the racetrack to find cars and nothing else. But there are tons of garages, which I am expecting to have car parts. And I'm not gonna lie, I could use some car parts, especially like the character, Daryl, is a mechanic. So you might say it's gonna be like Legoland for him. I could also do a different thing. I could try and bypass this entire horde, but where's the fun in that, right? We gotta have some action, and not only just me walking around. But the good news is I just finished reading Aiming 1, which means I am getting now a full bonus for using firearms. So once I get some sleep and something to eat, we're gonna go back there tomorrow, and I'm gonna start shooting. And I know you guys like when I use firearms, so we're gonna have some fun. And in the meantime, let me see if I can cook some food. But like, no pots, no roasting pans, not even a saucepan. Like, nothing that I could use to make like a proper stew or something. That's bad. Oh, you're already in the Discord. Okay. I didn't know that. Oh no, I'm out of thread? Is it possible that I am out of thread? Yeah, I'm out of thread. Believe it or not. That means I gotta source some myself. Luckily, it's not gonna be a big issue. Again, I'm gonna mention that anytime I have the opportunity. Tailoring is such an underrated skill. Never neglect it. It can save your life. Problem is, if you're out of thread, it becomes annoying. Oh, okay, a sewing kit. Lol. That's gonna make it easier. Well, I guess thank you to PZ gods. Nice. I'm not even hungry. I don't think I'm gonna be eating, considering that I'm gaining weight fast. One more thing. I think the foot has already fully healed, so no need to carry the bandage. So guys, are you playing Zomboid now, or are you all on a detox, waiting for the game to finally, you know, reach stable? Because I recently, like, I got hooked, obviously, on Ark, but I really enjoy playing this series also. But if I have any spare time, I am actually playing Anno 1800. And it's the fault of a specific person that's in the chat room here. But it's just such a great game. I'm having so much fun, you know, lining up all the streets and making sure that I produce enough red peppers so that the people in my city have enough canned food to keep them happy. And I can still, you know, have some to export. It's such a cool game. And it's the type of game that there is always something to do, right? You can be really far along in like your city can be fully developed, but there's always going to be something. Like, I need to redesign this part of the neighborhood, or oh, I need to add this production facility over here. But if I add the production facility, I need to add more materials for the factories. So I need to get more cotton plantations. And if I need to get more cotton plantations, I need to have more people working on all kinds of different stuff. So you get the point. It's a lot of fun. I'm gonna wait till dawn and we're going back. But this time with a firearm instead of just a gardening tool handle. RV Dairy, I heard about this game. I've seen it on Steam. I think I sink some more hours in soon. Next weekend is a long one. Yeah, good, nice. You see this? You see this? This is pathetic. I had a roasting pan in my car. I just forgot about it. Yes. I only have the pistol. Didn't I have a rifle, guys? Holy shit, I didn't. No, I do. I have it in my... I have it in my glove box. No? Wait a minute. I don't have a rifle. I just have a pistol. Alright, well, pistol it is, I guess. You know, I'm not gonna complain. Oh, and by the way, easy towing. No, effortless towing. It's a must-have mod. Oh, they're already here. If you're not using effortless towing, you're missing out. I'm gonna clear this small group the old-fashioned way. And then I'm gonna get ready to use the pistol. Oh, so close. Any cigarettes? No. Hold on, guys. 1 second. I got a special someone that wants to say hello. Zobacz, tam ci patrzą. No nie wiem. So the thing is, it's 8:30 here, right? And at 8:30 sharp, they always get like a small treat and they go for their evening walk. And after the evening walk, they have, you know, like supper. So I don't need a clock actually to tell me what time it is, because Puzel over here, that's his name, he's gonna let us know what time it is. Now my other dog, let me steal him from now on. So the problem is that he is so adorable. I've mentioned that on stream already, but I always like to mention that story. Whenever I need to break the ice with someone at work, what I would do is I would just make him jump on my lap when I'm on a call, and people are just, you know, instantly bought. It's like I am instantly, everybody like likes me. So whenever I can, I use his cuteness shamelessly to my advantage. But yeah, I don't think he minds. He's actually this type of a dog that has lots of cat in him. So believe it or not, he actually he tends to jump onto a chair, then from the chair onto the dinner table and sit on the dinner table like a legit cat. Oh, so sorry. Okay, we're gonna take the gun. These are 45 rounds. How dare you take advantage? Well, I feed him, so I don't think he actually has a problem with that in the end. Okay, where's the gun? I probably shouldn't be carrying that backpack at all times, right? It's probably kind of stupid. Just dead weight. Alright, time to practice. Not bad. Except this guy. Well, it's not a guy actually, but you get the point. That's a good one. You remember the days, I mean, those of you that follow me for a longer period of time remember, I was always a huge, I was against firearms, essentially. I never used them. Always thought they are overrated. And they just cause more problems than they solve. Then I made a video about firearms, and ever since, I'm like, oh shit, guns are great. And yeah, guns are absolutely amazing. Oh, so one of you told me that there is a way to unrack... Oh, it is. To unjam the pistol with holding R. Thank you, that was a great tip, by the way. I was struggling with that a lot in one of the ARC episodes. Oh, that was a bad shot. I could use 1 or 2 extra clips. Because this is just gonna be super annoying with me just constantly having to reload it, but I am wondering why. Oh wow. Oh wow. That was horrible. What is that group over there? I mean, right, there was this huge group over here and it's like they completely ignored the noise. That's weird. Okay, slowly making progress, right? Yeah, my sharp shooting is not great. But I should be getting some experience points. All 7, wow, amazing. Reloading is growing faster, that's good. But reloading is a bit easier to level up. Last 2! Do you know the Harry Potter memes when he pulls out a gun? No? What's that yellow thing behind me? You mean this? This over here? It's my curtain. Moonstruck! Hello! Okay, we're kind of like thinning them out slowly. Now, once I clear this, I have a sort of a dilemma. Because on one hand, the logical thing to do would be to just go straight north to Ekron and maybe stop by the train station, which is like halfway between the Speedway and Ekron. But alternatively, I could go to Guns Unlimited. What are we on today? I am on 3 cups of coffee. We are just outside of Irvington Speedway, basically. Ah, okay, so they migrated. That group is actually only here. Okay. I'm gonna kill a few more. See what's up. Yeah, the inside is gonna be a problem too. I mean, look at this. There's a lot of zombies, okay? A lot of zombies. Yeah, we already, like, explored all of Irvington, actually. Burned some of it down. I like Irvington. It's a cool town. I mean, I could also try and lure them away. But that would be a bit too easy, wouldn't it? What is the challenge in that? Oh, nice. Oh, perfect. Not so perfect. I'm getting tired. But not to a point where I won't be able to manage this small batch. Did the police officer had anything of value? A weapon? A baton? Shit, not even... nothing at all, basically. Not even a freaking holster. Shameful. The train station is okay if you're looking for a sledgehammer. Is it? You know which one I am referring to. The one north of this, like, just west of this road. Gonna eat some crisps. And relieve some of the stress also. Much better. That sigh of relief. Hey Blight, good evening. Now, this fence area, actually, look, it's almost all clear. We're not far away from the actual entrance to the track. What mods am I using usually? My mod list is roughly between 10 to 20 mods. Actually, that's a good question. Let me pause for a moment. I'm gonna show you the mod list for this one because I think it's a good question. So I got a few cars simply because in this particular playthrough we are doing a road trip, so I figured adding custom cars would make sense. So I added the ones that I like. Then clean, hotbar, and combat text are parts of my absolute standard rotation. Effortless towing, again because of the road trip. And faster hood opening. I do have the kill count. Some mods that help you with marking the map. More traits, because I just like the fact that more traits lets you customize the character better. PZ clothing UI, this is one of the mods that folks usually ask me about in the comments. It's this grid view of the clothes you're wearing. Project Cook and proximity inventory. Reload all magazines, because when you're planning on using weapons, it's much more convenient when you can reload all magazines with one click. And obviously put animals in bags, because I am hoping to find Pablo in the future somewhere. And outside of that, I would say this would be like nearly close to my standard rotation. Hold on, I gotta read this comment from Blight. Sorry to join and instantly spill the tea, but Paradox Games is doing shitty things. They released a new DLC for EU5 and some events still have a to-do. Oh, Jesus Christ, did they? So, the thing is, and I'm not a big Europa Universalis player. Out of all the Paradox games, I think this one is the one that I've played the least. I have hundreds of hours in Crusader Kings, over 1500 hours in Hearts of Iron, and probably around 400 in Stellaris. But in Europa Universalis, maybe 100? It's just, it never clicked for me. But I heard that EU5 is actually worse than EU4. Not sure if that's actually the case, as I have not had the chance to experience it myself. Miniok was playing EU5 a lot when it released, loved it, and then he completely abandoned it after probably 2 or 3 weeks. But Paradox in general has, as a game developer, they're not even a developer, they're more like a conglomerate of developers, because many of the games which are released under Paradox umbrella, they are collaborations with other studios. They are not on a good run over the past few years. Pretty bad, actually. And they missed on some pretty sizable investments, wasted quite a lot of money. So I think they are potentially in a bit of trouble. Not to a point where they are going to be, you know, the next Ubisoft or something, but definitely there is room for improvement. And I'm not sure exactly what is the title that can put them back on track, because EU5 was supposed to be it. Not sure if it is. They don't have anything new lined up. Skylines 2 was a complete bust. So yeah, I don't know. How was my day? Uneventful is probably the right way of saying it. However, I did achieve a minor success today. I was mentioning that earlier. I was doing lots of Jira automations, but I've managed to set up an automation rule when I link one ticket to another ticket, and that ticket that I link the new ticket to has a different link, then that different link would automatically populate into that new ticket. So that's my That's my victory of the day. Victory lap. Oh, I think it's the last time, last moment to do something with that ground beef. They will publish Transport Fever 3, but people already fearing about implementing their DLC philosophy. Well, look, I don't have an issue with the DLC philosophy that much. However, I did buy one Paradox game as a pre-order, and I can honestly, confidently say I would not do that again. So I did buy Victoria 3 when it was still in development, and I even get this, like, not like a premier version, but this like level 2 version, you might say. So the one that had the first DLC and some seasonal stuff included. The game was unplayable for over a year and a half. It only became playable after all these free DLCs that were included as part of the game, and it became fun when you bought the extra DLCs, which is not great. Not great at all. So essentially what they did with Victoria 3 was they offered you sort of a premium experience and purchase, which essentially the premium experience was having access to the base, like the base type of a product after a year and a half without any extra payment, and then anything that makes the game fun and entertaining, you have to pay for it on top. This is... I should have known better than to buy a Paradox game within the first years after launch. 100%. Look, developers like, I don't really have a lot of insight information, but I think in general the game dev industry is going through a huge crisis. Over the past few years, studios, or specifically specific games that I like to play, they were massive failures. And this is all because of the stakeholder pressure. I mean, you've got more and more game studios which are owned by private equity, or in some cases they are even publicly traded, which creates this dynamic in which you do not have that much freedom in decision making. There is someone that expects a return on the investment they've made. And there was a huge boom for gaming industry around COVID. I'm sure you guys remember. I mean, everybody just started to play video games when we were all locked up. The valuations of game developers, hardware companies like Corsair, great example. These headphones are Corsair. Their valuation during COVID was just insanely high, and then it attracted lots of big money into the game dev industry. And now, unfortunately, we are in a situation where, in many cases, the game developers, they just have to meet the quarterly and annualized quotas, and that's the main strategy. A great example of that is Football Manager, a series which a huge revolutionary change. They were about to change the engine. They've done everything that was humanly possible to release the game, even though it was unfinished. Eventually, they decided to scrap the game, which was a good decision. But I am sure that the developers were under such insane pressure from the ownership of the company that they just had to do it. Exactly, and it essentially it leads to what Dual Filter wrote. You're not buying games on day one. And that's why I think indie game studios will become more and more popular and will be more and more successful. That is until they get acquired by big money, because at the moment they get acquired by big money, they will start to decline. But it's very tempting. Imagine you're an indie game developer. You're making decent money, okay? but then somebody comes with a huge bag and offers $300 million to purchase your studio. I mean, you can just take that money. You can just take that money and then never ever worry about anything else. If you're having issues with audio, please refresh the browser maybe. I don't know. And again, I'm yapping, but I barely buy new games. Happens very, very, very rarely. I usually go only for you know, either like Steam promos or free games through Epic, or good old games, or I play Project Zomboid, which I paid $20 and I have 1,500 hours in already. So great return on investment. But yeah, I don't think there is a game that I would be looking forward to. I think there is a huge general issue with the gaming industry. There isn't many things to look forward to, and that's why I think these indie titles become more and more popular. I mean, it's not a coincidence that people, you know, play Project Zomboid and it's like top 40 on Steam, or Kerbal Space Program. I recently made a video about it, where it started to become viral because of Artemis Mission, and it still is popular, and because these games are simply fun to play, and I don't know, it just feels better to support a small indie studio than to put money into huge conglomerates, which are partially owned by BlackRock or some other shit like that. Okay. We are getting closer to the... We're actually already at the speedway. So, I've only gone inside the track. I've never checked these buildings. I don't know what these buildings are. Is there anything worth actually looting inside? I would imagine if this is a speedway, these are probably some sort of like restaurants, burger stuff. Look at the Ubisoft 7-time A pirate game failed because it was shit and Windrose. So Windrose is actually super tempting. I've seen a lot about Windrose. I have not played it. But this is like an open world pirate game, right? We are going to get Black Flag Resynced, which is, at its core, it is a cash grab. It is a cash grab, right? I mean, Black Flag was an insane game. It was a game that I actually literally bought a console for. And I to this day I remember, you know, those sailors singing shanties. Oh, look at this. So many zombies inside. It's gonna take longer than I thought. Okay, they started to spill over the window. I don't know, maybe I should just torch this place? And speaking of Black Flag, I mean, feel free to disagree, but I think that was the last iteration of Assassin's Creed that was actually playable and enjoyable. Everything afterwards was just meh. Jesus! Okay, so now I understand why the game was so laggy. It's because this whole interior is just packed. Look at this! Look at this! Okay, these are some restaurants. Whoa. Holy. Another restaurant. Okay, there are tons of computers over here, which I don't need because I already have electrical level 3. This is like a convenience store, so maybe this could be something worth saving. But then again, I don't really need that much stuff. I got everything I need with me, so I'm just torching it. Let's just burn it to, you know, to the ground. I even have a plastic bottle specifically for that purpose. We're gonna make another barbecue. It's gonna be like it's gonna become a tradition in this series. We have to have at least one barbecue every single stream in this series. Besides, it's May, the weather's getting nice, it's barbecue season, so it all fits. It all fits. Arson. Dog is back with my dad. Happy again. I would be pretty jealous. Jawbone. You can make weapons out of it, right? I think you can make like a bone, carved bone war hatchet head. That's cool. I don't need it though. I am going to be an arsonist again. How is the blanket? What's the progress on the blanket? That's a nice story. If they both retired at the same time, that's cool. Are they close? Oh, they must be, right? I'm pretty sure they must be close. I managed to stop the weight gain at a nearly perfect spot, 84 kilograms. Amazing. But I also noticed there is something wrong with one of the mods. I am using a mod called Smoke Like It's 93, which essentially just gives a much higher spawn rate for tobacco items. And it showed an error when I was showing the mod list, and indeed, I am seeing much less cigarettes on zombies, which is not great, considering Daryl here is a smoker. Well, I just have to deal with it. It's okay. Luckily, I looted the Irvington tobacco store, so I got plenty of supplies. Blanket is coming along. Ask your wife; she would be okay if we have. I'm gonna ask her once she's done with walking the pups. In fact, we might actually have a buyer for the apartment. We'll see if it's going to materialize. But some of you know I was mentioning that my wife and I were planning to move. We put a down payment for a house. And now we are just trying to sell the place that I live in right now. To obviously, like, I sell this, I get some cash from the sale, and then I can finalize the purchase. And it's been on the market for a month and a half now, 2 months. And perhaps we might actually have a buyer, which would be pretty great, because if that's gonna happen, then probably in like a 2 months time You might see me in a different background. I can't wait, to be honest. The thing is, it's pretty much the same price as like a regular apartment. In many cases, it's actually much cheaper. See, I live in Warsaw, so the prices here are insane. And if I wouldn't buy this apartment 15 years ago, when the market was still manageable for regular people, I would probably never be able to afford it. So luckily, I had a chance to, you know, get myself a 30-year mortgage and buy it when the prices were still okay-ish. Yes, I do have YouTube money. They are absolutely life-changing. You cannot imagine how much cash this generates. I should probably buy a whole district at this point. Shouldn't limit myself. Okay. I'm gonna make a firebomb. You would be surprised. First of all, as you guys know, I'm absolutely not doing this for money. It's just a lot of fun. But look, I'm also not going to be this one. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. There is also certain revenue associated with running a YouTube channel. But in order to be like able to live off YouTube, you would probably need to be at least at a level of 100,000 subscribers and regular uploads. Jammy pants. I once set up an entire run just to get to Irvington to get that hat. I don't want to break your heart, but I got this hat. I got this hat from the Irvington Geek Store last Monday. I mean this Monday during my previous stream. And now I am outside of the Speedway in this house over here. And the guys were playing Dungeons and Dragons here, okay? And this place has literally one wizard hat on the ground, another wizard hat on the ground, and there was another wizard hat somewhere over here. So life is just a bitch sometimes. I do it for fun. I mean, you guys know my story, at least some of you. I started YouTube when I was unemployed. I was in a pretty bad place mentally because I am turning 40 in a couple of in like 2 weeks, okay? And I've been working ever since I was 18, 19, and I never had a problem finding a job. And I've been working in various different places, and I was always under this impression that like I will never need to worry about it because like I have a good resume, I have a decent background, I know tons of different stuff, I got connections, so finding a decent job wouldn't be a problem for me. And then turned out life is not as easy as I thought, and I couldn't get a job. And at first I really didn't care, but after 6 or 7 months of trying, I really reached a point in which I was scared to some extent, but also and I can be very open and honest, and let me pause here so I can focus, but I also had this thing that I had this immense sense of failure, because if you're sending resumes, you're trying to really find something to do, and you just keep on getting rejected, it builds this level of self, it reduces your self-esteem essentially. So I needed to find something that would let me vent, get my mind off of these things, and maybe potentially also get some like these little wins, like small successes. And when I started, Obviously, nobody was watching whatever I was doing, but then it started to pick up thanks to the masterclass, and it gave me a huge sense of accomplishment because, okay, maybe I wasn't able to find a job, but at least I had, you know, the YouTube. I had people commenting. It was making me feel better about myself, that I am doing something that's actually providing value. So YouTube it wasn't even a hobby in a sense. It was more a way to manage my own mental health, if that makes sense. And now I have a job, thankfully, and I hope I will have it, even though I work very long hours and I really work hard. I haven't worked this hard my entire life. But I don't have a problem with that. I'm good working long. It's fine. But I still continue to do that because I kind of like started to enjoy it more and more, right? I think 145,000 subscriptions, if you're posting on a regular basis, that's definitely enough to live off YouTube. 100%. Okay, I'm gonna be dropping the firebomb now. I just need to drop it in a way in which I can ensure that the building catches fire, but I also get as many zombies on fire as possible. Oh, I think this is gonna be a good place. Hold on, let's see if it works. Oh shit! That was too close. That was so close. Shit, I was so lucky. I should have been dead. Goodness gracious. Hope you get a NASCAR to go with that hat. Yeah, I mean, apologies. I mean, it's just turned out this way. Guys, wife is back. Mrs. Gertrix, there is a question to you. I need you to look up at the chat here. So, one of my frequent viewers, like my regulars, the streams are a background for blanket knitting. Okay? Okay. So Foxy here, she like knits blankets while watching streams. Okay. And she would love to give us one. Aww. So the question is, would it be okay? Yeah? Okay, so wife approves. Oh, yeah. we can look, we can agree on the details over Discord. It's still funny to think back on the time I stumbled on one of your streams that led to joining the server, now hanging out. So yeah, I think out of all the things, I never really had a lot of IRL friends. In fact, my friends circle is obviously Miniok, which pops up here and there quite often, and a few colleagues from work. But beyond that, I don't really have much more like real life friends. So the group that we've built here, I really enjoy it. It's incredibly, you know, refreshing to hang out with you guys on a regular basis. And we have a barbecue. We have a typical May barbecue. I wish the visibility would be better though, so we could enjoy it. But I can already see that, you know, the fire is spreading nicely, so I think mission accomplished. I'll try to pull as many from that side also. And then once this area is, this side of the speedway is done, I can get to the other side, which is the actual racetrack. And see if I can get a NASCAR. By the way, a quick check on the kill count. 908. So I am really curious to see how far we're gonna go with all of this. But just judging by the amount of lag, it's probably 300 plus over here. Yeah, this place is pretty wild. I don't recall it being this this crowded, this infested. Infested is probably a better word to use. Hello. So, you know, this is some next level Imhotep. Imhotep. And it's catching fire nicely. So some of these zombies catch fire from one another, and some of those are actually getting inside the building. So, if it seems like I can actually start smaller fires in various different areas of the entire speedway complex, which should guarantee that it burns down. Hopefully. I see after my rant about mental health and doing YouTube, you guys became incredibly silent. Sandalini, you asked a very tricky question. Do you want... should I answer with my heart or with my brain? No, the obvious answer is Arsenal, come on. I think as a team, Arsenal is built in a way to perform in Champions League finals. So in this type of a competition. Incredible defense, great discipline. That's how you win championships. Exactly. And usually, at least in American football, it's true that usually a great defense will win against a great offense. There were some cases in which that was not true, but as a rule of thumb, usually a good defense was beating a great offense. But I also think in football, like the regular one, the real football, no offense, I think this is also applicable, so I am a strong believer that Arsenal can actually pull it off against PSG. So it's gonna take a while, guys, as always. I don't want to go on another tangent complaining about the fire damage. But that's still a thing. Fire damage is just incredibly frustrating. Should be much higher. Thank you. See you again then. Sad to see you have to work at 9 p.m. I'm gonna make a run for it through this opening they did. I think it's catching fire also on those other sides. I think I saw the walls also burning. So yeah, we're good. The fire is exactly the way I wanted it to be. The weather is shit though, so visually it's not as impressive. But they're all burning now. But they're still not dying. 930, so they still need more time to properly cook. If not Rice, we wouldn't be... No, Declan Rice, in my book, is... if we win, if Arsenal wins the Prem and Champions League, he's an absolute Ballon d'Or winner. I mean, the guy is just an amazing. And when I was playing football, when I was still able to run and stuff, I was always a midfielder. So I have just huge respect to anyone that plays midfield, especially in those more defensively inclined roles. To me, when you're building a great football team, you start with a number 6. If you want to build a high-functioning football team, you can get a fantastic striker, you can get a decent winger, an amazing goalkeeper, but if you do not secure yourself a great number 6, you're doing it the wrong way. And I think Declan Rice is an incredibly talented number 6/number 8 hybrid. One of very few football players in the world who is actually capable of doing that. And doing that for 90 minutes straight, non-stop. Incredible motor. Absolute baller. In my book, one of the best players in the world. And my favorite player on the whole Arsenal squad. That's the thing, they are not always on the same. I mean, Rice plays with the number 41, but if you visualize the football pitch, you can kind of use a number to define a specific position. So if you're thinking about a number 9 in football, a number 9 is your classic striker, like this deadly, cold-blooded finisher who just scores goals. And you have players who are typical 9s, but they do not play with a number 9. I mean, Robert Lewandowski, great example, legend for my country, and he plays with a number 9. But there are tons of great strikers who are typical 9s, but they do not play with a number 9. So, numbers are kind of, you know, whoever wants to have a number, they just have it. But you can define positions by using numbers as a reference. So, that's why it's kind of interchangeable. I am worried about one thing though. I am worried about the fire going out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get in the car. I'm just gonna detach the... No, I'm not gonna detach the trailer. I might actually use it to kill some zombies. Apologies for that, you know, side conversation about football. But if anyone mentions Arsenal in my streams, just be prepared. I can go on for a long time. I haven't missed an Arsenal game, and I'm not joking. I have not missed an Arsenal game since 2024. I've watched every... Oh, thank you so much, baby. I got tea, as always. Ever since 2024 season, I have not missed a single game. So I am watching everything, including those crappy cup games that nobody really cares about. I would still watch them. I mean, my ultimate dream is to go to London and just to watch a game live at the Emirates. It's really expensive and the tickets are just insanely hard to get. Okay, why are they not catching fire? This is what worries me. Honest opinion, Henri was overrated. Get out. Horrible opinion. Disastrous opinion. Horrible opinion. Why are they not on fire? I mean, what the hell? I had all of them burning and now they are not. I don't like this. Any ideas why this happened? This is weird, isn't it? And it's like, even if... Come on, catch fire of these small little fires. Because if I have to make another firebomb, it's... the problem is I don't have a plastic bottle now. Jesus, there's many. There is so many. Okay, there is a fire over here, so why don't you just, guys, get along with each other, start hugging, show some love, and yeah, and you know the drill. Yeah, I definitely need to find a new car, because this one is not doing great. Luckily, it's, you know, still functional. Oh, there it is. They are starting to catch fire again. Oh, shit. That was bad. That was too close, wasn't it? Huddle up, ready. Exactly. I did play American football. So I can relate to huddle up. I was actually huddling up. Quite a unique sport to play in my country. Not very popular. But I did have a few years that I actively played football. I think I know I don't have my jerseys anymore. I think we sold them. But I did, yeah. It was fun. Incredibly dangerous. Very easy to hurt yourself. No, in real life. You can look it up. I played for Warsaw Eagles, and then I was playing for Warsaw Spartans. I actually played football. Real life. I'm just giving more and more details. I mean, it's gonna be so easy to dox me at some point. Not that I have anything to hide, you know, so... Like, I mean no harm. Okay, I think there we go. Look at this. What a nice congregation. We should call them somehow. The Church of the Holy Flame. Yo, but the numbers here are just insane. This is way more than I would expect. We'll see if you have anything to hide. I don't think so. I mean... Why would I? I mean, like... Whoa! If this damage only would tick a bit faster than it ticks now... I mean, it's noon already. But once this is done... And I actually managed to lure them away from the building, so maybe I'll still be able to do some... looting in that building, you know? Status check. Still nothing, so they still haven't gotten enough damage to die. So it's all just temporary fire. Yeah, but this should start to... really... Do they do damage to each other with the... I don't think so. I think it's just if you're on fire, there is like a... Oh no! Please start. Okay, so this became super scary. I have to be careful with the car. Now, once all of these zombies die, it's gonna be better because the game is not gonna be lagging this much. Okay, I'm gonna see if... I'm just gonna enjoy the view for a moment. Doxing a YouTuber might be shitty, one of the shittiest things you do. Unless they give you a good reason to do that. I mean, if somebody is being an asshole or doing stuff that unfortunately a lot of people with lots of money do because they don't know what to do with their life, then I would say it's fair game. But if you're just a regular dude, then yeah, not cool. I mean, if somebody's just minding their own business, let them be. To be careful to not catch fire myself. That would be stupid. It almost happened last time, I think. Exactly what somebody who has something to hide would say. You think so? Maybe. Shit, you blew my cover. I am like an open book. Horrible. Yeah, there's something wrong with the smoke like it's 93 mod because I'm not getting any tobacco from any of the zombies. It's okay. It's not great, but not much I can do. Alright, let's give them some time now. Quit the gaslighting and tell us all the war crimes you've committed. I did commit tons of war crimes when I was playing Stellaris. That's the only game in which I would assume war crimes are justified. And it's actually funny because we were discussing Paradox Entertainment games before, right? And let me take a sip. And obviously Hearts of Iron... Babe? Did you forget about sugar or... No? Okay. She didn't forget about sugar. I don't know it's not a silly question. I don't know the answer. But have you tried Reddit? They usually know answers to these things. But essentially what I was saying about war crimes, I like Paradox games. I played tons of Hearts of Iron, which is obviously set in World War II. And it's a very realistic game, with one exception. War crimes do not exist in Hearts of Iron. And I can understand why the game developer doesn't want to create an environment in which you can do nasty stuff. But if you play Stellaris, which is a game created by exactly the same game developer, you are allowed to wipe out whole civilizations with neutron bombs, or take a whole civilization and change it to biofuels. And I'm not joking, you can actually do that. And nobody cares. That's what you call double standards. Okay, it's finally working. Oh, look at this nice counter. That was good. Oh, this one thinks he has a good idea. One-shotted it. Sweet. For war crimes, RimWorld doesn't seem like something that would be associated with any kind of war crimes, to be honest. Doesn't strike me as a title that would be associated with war crimes, but I've never played it, so I might be wrong. Might have a wrong impression. Why am I affected by the odor? I mean, these are all charred corpses. They shouldn't smell. Luckily, I have a gas mask, so it's not gonna be like a huge problem. Oh, there's more. I pulled more, guys. Having prisoners selling all organs? Jesus. Or sending kids to raid other spaces. Oh my god. Really? I thought it was some sort of a nice city builder in space or something. See, this just shows I have crappy knowledge about the video game industry. Okay. I think by tomorrow, this should be cleared enough to explore. I mean, obviously there is still plenty of small groups here and there, but these groups are manageable with a firearm. The main horde has been cleared. Uh-oh. Bad idea. Yeah, I think that was a bad idea. I'm gonna make it. It was very last minute, but I made it. It really sucks if you get stuck inside with a horde. That was not a smart move. And I desperately need a gas mask. And water, because I'm out. Oh, no! Get the hell away from my car. What are they doing? I turned it off, so they shouldn't be drawn by the noise of the engine. I do need to get back to the car, though. Okay, I'll manage. So using fire is fun. It just takes time. And it's sometimes super annoying. If there was one game mechanic I wish they would improve, is how fire works with killing zombies. If I could have one wish, one thing changed, it would be that. Okay, I need the engine to start at the first attempt. Thank you so much. Alright. Done enough for the day. I'm gonna go back there tomorrow and finish the job. Jesus, I killed a lot. Like, really a lot. How's the car doing? Pretty bad. Do I have steel sheets? Maybe I could replace the hood. Because I do have welding equipment in the car. All I would need is just some steel sheets to replace the hood. Now, if there is a place where I could find steel sheets, is here. Yep, no luck. No steel sheets. Okay. It is what it is. Hey guys, one thing. If you are watching, I would appreciate a like under the stream. I very rarely ask for it. But believe it or not, it actually does help. Maybe in the barn. Yes, I haven't checked the barn. You always have fantastic ideas. I absolutely need to check it. So the thing is, whenever I run into trouble or I need to figure something out, usually your advice is spot on. And I totally forgot they have this barn tool shed area buildings. Oh, come on. Not this time. Plenty of welding torches. I was talking about the one in the front. The one in the front doesn't have them. It only has hay. Now there is one thing I could potentially do, and that is to disassemble the refrigerator. Because disassembling the refrigerator might give me... Oh, I leveled up cooking. Lovely. Disassembling the refrigerator might give me a metal sheet. Yeah, exactly. Disassemble something. Or alternatively, all I could do is just, you know, replace it with a hood from a different car also. Plenty of options, actually. So checking the survey, 70% of you already have your sledgehammers ready. Now, I don't think we would be forced to use them. I think this whole hantavirus is nothing to be worried about. We should be all good. I don't think we need to worry about a repeat of 2019. Completely different virus, completely different type of a virus. Not an unknown one, but one that we known for years. So we should all be good. But in case you are prepared, you know, it's always good to be prepared. Always have your sledgehammer ready. So whenever whenever somebody mentions being prepared, the first thing that comes to my mind when somebody says about being prepared, Illidan. When Burning Crusade released with that cinematic with Illidan and him saying, "You are not prepared." That was such, like, for a 19, 20-year-old person completely hooked on World of Warcraft. Just peak, absolutely peak. Blizzard was still good back then. Yeah, mortality rate is way too high for a pandemic. I totally agree. It's crazy, but you're only slightly older. I know I am. Yeah. I know. Um, the thing with hantavirus is that it's too deadly to spread this fast, right? So that's both a bad thing and a good thing. That's why it would be incredibly difficult to get like an Ebola pandemic. Because these things are just too deadly to spread. I mean, I still remember all the rogues on the servers wanting to have Illidan's swords. I mean, they looked so badass back in the day. And then there was Lich King, which was the best DLC, the best expansion. And then the game just went to shit. Like many things. Again, a cash grab. That's what happened. What else should I read? Welding. I probably should read welding. Multi-resistance gram-negative bacterial barrage problems. Probably. Unfortunately. Considering that there are more and more bacteria which are resistant to antibiotics, that's probably not a good thing long term. And it's also one of the reasons it's not smart to prescribe antibiotics for anything, for any small illness. It's then again, I'm not a doctor. Maybe I shouldn't be making these comments. I'm definitely not qualified to really assess what's good and what's not. What's MRGN? It's the multi-resistant. Okay, yeah, okay. I get it now. Alright, I think I am ready to go finish the job. I only managed to kill like 600 last day. Well, okay, I exaggerated. 400 the last day. So I think I should be able to manage with 100 plus that's left outside. Alright. At least there is no fog, so we'll have a much better view at the destruction that was laid. Right, gas mask. Gas mask is a must. Problem is, I don't have filters. So yeah. Considering the amount of dead corpses there, these filters will wear out instantly. That's bad. Oh look, they are lined up so nicely. Like kids in a kindergarten. Ready to go on a field trip. Very bad comparison. Apologies. Alright. So here's what I'm gonna do. I got my firearm ready, loaded, and I'll approach from this side now. And I think I don't need my gas mask in this area. I think here it should still be absolutely manageable. This pistol is crap. You guys went on such a complex discussion that honestly I am unable to follow it under the current circumstances. So I hope you're having fun. Ma'am, what are you doing in a bathrobe? In a shower cup? Rather unusual attire for this situation. Oh, nice. Even better. Oh, sweet. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, too many. Switch to firearm. Reload. Imagine trying to reload like a magazine in this situation. I would probably drop half of the bullets. One sec. My headphones disconnected, but I heard a ripping sound before they did. Did they grab me? Shoes? Oh, I'm using... Oh, shit. My shoes are gone. I need better shoes. Yeah, whatever. My shoes broke. Woo! Yeah, that's one of the things I really hate. Because Yeah. It's so easy to, you know, hurt your foot and lose the ability to move fast enough to outpace the zombies, and then, like, you're in massive trouble. Oh man, they just keep on coming. There's still a lot. Imagine tying your shoes while being chased by a zombie. That would be a test of dexterity. Okay, almost there, I think. Or Crocs. Level up. Nice. What a tough one. Our guy deserved a break. Like, no joke. Great question, Blight. I haven't deleted anything, because if I would delete anything, it would instantly delete anyone that's, like, on that tier, and it would also kill your streak. And you've been having, like, an 8-month streak, so I would feel horribly if I would do that. So, from what I understand, all you need to do is just pick like a lower tiered membership, just move there, and once nobody's gonna have it, then I can remove it, so it's not gonna be confusing. Because the way that YouTube does it is, it's actually, I understand why they set it up in a way. You are unable to make any pricing adjustments to any of the membership tiers the moment you implement them, and this is to protect people. I mean, imagine this: you get a membership on a channel, you forget about it, and then all of a sudden somebody makes a change, and instead of paying $2, you're supposed to pay $200. Now that would be a pretty crappy surprise. So YouTube doesn't allow to make any pricing changes to ongoing membership settings. So the only way I can do that is by setting up new memberships. And if I cancel the existing ones, I'm going to cancel your streak. Oh, you did? Okay, cool. Great. So I'm gonna, like, I am actively checking, like, if people migrate, and as soon as they do, I'm just gonna get rid of those. Maybe I should just change the name and say do not pick this one or something. You should be, I do think so, yeah. So you should be able to reduce the prices. In my opinion, there should be an option to make it cheaper, because it, you know, it's not a risk to anyone. But there shouldn't be a way to increase the prices. So it's like, imagine there is no NASCAR car spawn. That would be sad, but on one hand, like, the intention of this entire series is just to, like, go to various different places and see what's up. So if there's gonna be no NASCAR, well, I guess that's just life. No NASCAR. Instead of a baseball bat, I should have some sort of a staff. I thought this one was moving. Oh look, there's more. This kind of explains the slight lag that I am still experiencing. Guess there's still lots and lots of them on the other side. We'll see. Oh, they all dispersed into smaller groups, actually. I've been fighting so much, I should level up blunt very soon. What's my skill level in long blunt? Pathetic. Smokes! In the pretzel. Let's see if I am a winner this time. Last time I found 2 scratch tickets, they were both losers. Guess the streak continues. Oh, a short bat. That's actually a decent weapon. I'm actually gonna switch to the short bat because it tires the character less. The game is still super laggy. That means only one thing. Right? Does it mean what I think it means? Yeah, it's probably still not safe. Why is it closed? Can't get inside. Oh, this room is cool. Look at that one. Why the hell is it all closed? Do I have to get in from the inside somehow through these like interior doors? Probably. What are you? My friend! My guy, he picked a horrible path to get to me. Okay, this level has nothing, just some toilets. So I'm just gonna go upstairs. I hate the stairs during building clearing. Yes, I know something about it. I know it very well from the Ark. That's just one of the worst things. Whoa! Hello. Okay, there was just 2. I panicked. Oh, smokes. Oh, Jesus! That was close. Yes, we do really hate the stairs. Alright. That was not safe. Whoa! Oh no, 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 no. I think I got bitten. Fuck! Such a stupid way to go. Honestly. Do not do this. This was just again classic Zomboid. If you're not gonna die because you're a poor player, you're gonna die because you're just doing a stupid thing. Yeah, that was that was stupid. Okay, I need to find a plastic bottle. No, I don't need to find a plastic bottle. I just need to find a rag. To make a Molotov. Well, it is what it is. Give me a break. I'm sure you guys can see I am pissed. Now can I make a Molotov? I mean, what I'm gonna do is I want to continue on the road trip. I'm just gonna make another character which is gonna spawn in Irvington, and I'm just gonna get here. I'll probably use the same build like this one. I have not said anywhere that this is a one character only playthrough. Though it would be nice because I'm gonna lose like 1400 kills in 12 days. But let's check and see if there is a NASCAR parked. I don't use skill journal. Oh no, I already leveled up electrical to level 3. Shit. Now that is painful. That is something painful. Back to school to disable the remaining NPCs. Yeah, like maybe, I don't know. I mean, I will need to level up electrical to... Why can't I jump over the... Yo, is that normal? I don't recall this being a thing. But it doesn't allow me to jump over these concrete barricades. It is! But was it always like this? New bug. Ah, great. Well, I hope this barricade... I mean, these concrete thingies do, like... They don't go through the whole thing. So I wasn't tripping. I remember I had the same problem in the previous stream around the Irvington tobacco shop. And I also couldn't jump over these concrete things. And you guys are now telling me it's a new bug. How do you break these things? Seriously? Barrier, yeah. Like, I don't get it. How is it physically possible when developing a game and you're adding in something into the game that you break this feature? I don't get it. I mean, I'm not a game developer, but what's the dependency here? That you update a line of code and all of a sudden these things break. So you're telling me I am unable to jump over this. Perfect. So... Oh, I'm so tired sometimes. This game really... is so frustrating from time to time. Haha. Now the thing is, there are no NASCARs. Ah, great. Dead end. The same when the car started to went underground and then starts to fly. While still go crazy with the trailer. Very valid point indeed. Oh, so I am now in a dead end. I am unable to cross this one. So I am like a rat in some sort of a maze. Hold on, I need to check something quickly on the online map. What is the... Okay, so I'm over here. I have to walk this way. I was trying to see where the scrap yards are because I don't remember exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. If I will be able to reach a NASCAR, I can use it to drive back to Irvington. I'm going to park it somewhere where it's going to be somewhat accessible for my character. But I don't see any NASCARs here. Okay, there is one regular car. Normally they should be parked at the... at the racetrack, right? Or at the garages. I don't know. And here is the... it's not a scrapyard, but I remember there could be cars over here. The problem is... there's just one semi. Okay, Irvington Speedway. I do not recommend it. First of all, it's huge in size. Impossible to navigate because of concrete barricades. Or barriers, actually. All in all, there are no NASCARs. What a horrible way to go. In the garages. So, are you telling over here? Okay, let's have a look inside then. Or are you referring to like these garages over here? Probably these. Oh, such a crappy throw. Okay, catch fire. Yep, exactly. I wonder if the doors are gonna be open. Probably not. Oh, I got an error. Wonder what is that? Oh, one is open. Jesus. Holy Jesus. So many inside. Yo, this is much harder than I thought. This is like, I'm not gonna lie, this is much harder than I expected. What is with the roof? Yeah, it's a great question. Looks weird. Now, the good thing about all of this is that cars do not catch fire, right? So you can kind of shamelessly just burn all of it down and the cars won't get damaged. Problem is, I'm not seeing any NASCARs, you know? Whoa! Oh shit! Oh, I didn't want to do that. I did not. I did not want to get inside. I just wanted to have a peek. No! That's okay. I'm not gonna be coming back today. I mean, the plan is to restart in Irvington, but not today, guys. I am not in my top condition. I'm top form when it comes to Zomboid. Like, how did I do that? That was just so stupid. Anyways. Regardless of this horrible ending, I did have a lot of fun. So the idea that I have is I'm just gonna restart, I'm just gonna have another character in Irvington. And I'm gonna get back here to continue. I still have a couple of garages to check. I hope you had fun. I did, as always. I really appreciated your, you know, being interactive. All the chats. Tomorrow's Friday. Tomorrow's a new episode of the Ark, by the way. And I'm gonna see you on stream again on Monday. Yeah, on Monday. I don't have anything planned on Monday. So I'm gonna see you on stream on Monday. We just pick it up where we left off. I want to do this. GG's to everyone. Have a great rest of your evening or day, depending on when you're watching it. And I will see you soon. Bye-bye.